On this episode, we talk all about how you de-stress when you're on contract. Atlas All Access starts now.
Curtain at 0450.
Okay, so once again, Adam is not here. I have two other recruiters with me, and I think I might mix it up. Not that I don't like Adam. Adam's a good dude, but he's got a lot going on. And so I asked for some volunteers the other day. These two were the first to email me. Ashley Renee, recruiter, only been here since April-ish,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Jamie Getzschman, recruiter, has been here
Almost a year.
almost a year
Close
already?
to a year.
Wow.
It's gone really fast.
It has gone fast.
Like, weeks just fly by.
That's, yes. It's kind of magic here. That's how it works.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm just making that up. Okay, so we each so I tasked both of them with, okay, put yourself in a nurse's position, right? If you're on contract, you're away from family, you're living in an extended stay, you're in an apartment that you're not familiar with, in a city you're not familiar with, whatever, what could you do to de-stress? Because I understand after this long, your job is stressful. Totally get it, right? Taking care of people is a very stressful profession. And not only that, but going to work in a hospital that you're completely unfamiliar with, very stressful too. So what can you do to de-stress? And we've all got our ideas. So Ashley and I have both made a list. Jamie we're going to get to. I think it's important Jamie is here too, because he has a Facebook group devoted specifically to this. So after we talk through kind of the ideas that we have, we're going to talk about Jamie's Facebook group that is specific to nurses, and there's ideas on that group on how to de-stress.
De-stress.
So let's start. Let's go through your list first.
Sure. Okay. Well, I said that you could just binge watch Netflix and just kind of let your mind go. Explore the town by yourself, or maybe you made a friend at the hospital. Call her or him up and go explore different things around the town. Go get lost in the town. If you drink wine, you could find a winery if there's any in or around the area where you're at.
And let's be honest, which nurses don't drink wine,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Or beers, one of the two, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
And they're everywhere.
And
Yeah, that's true.
they are everywhere,
We've got them in Nebraska.
right? And if they're here in Nebraska, they're everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe not Utah. Maybe. But
Possibly.
there could be some. Anyway.
I love yoga myself, so maybe try finding a yoga studio where you could go in for like one class and just a beginner class. you
So
know?
that came up on an episode of The Atlas Life not too long ago, where yoga, CrossFit, anything like that. Like, how difficult would it be going into a new town trying to find a place to do yoga or CrossFit or something like that?
Just Google it. That's
Really?
how I found the studio that I'm at now. I just Googled yoga studios in Omaha, Nebraska, and I found one that was relatively close to home, and after reading about it, had great reviews. So I went in for one class. It was like $15, and I just loved the instructor, and I ended up signing a membership there.
Give me an idea of, like, roughly what would a membership cost? Like, is it a monthly?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I get to go 10 times, and I can bring somebody once a month with me.
Bring a friend.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's about $80 though. I mean, it's kind of pricey.
But if that's
Worth it though.
right, if this is what you do to to get away from whatever,
Yep.
can you put a price tag on it? Really? I mean, is that right? I mean, if that's what you do, there you go.
Yeah. Absolutely. I really enjoy it, and so I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Right.
And then to go along with yoga, I put the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Some people would rather go to the gym than go to yoga, I guess.
Well, and I haven't seen the inside of a gym for ever. But I also know that most gyms will offer some sort of free trial period too, right?
Yeah.
Anywhere. They just want to get you in the door, right?
True.
And so you could try out 2 or 3 different gyms and figure out which one is for you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just get the free trials to all the gyms in the area, and there you go for the whole time you're on contract. Just free memberships.
It's not a bad idea, actually.
Simple for me is just a sauna and a hot tub.
Right?
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
the pool.
Required.
Pool, yeah. Yeah.
Trails or hiking might be something that you need to talk to people around, maybe where you're living or people at the hospital even. Like, hey, do you guys have any good trails around here? If you brought your bike along, just go ride your bike around the city and see what you can find. Go try a brewery if you're into beers.
I would highly
Beer
suggest
and
that.
food. Yeah, I can't go wrong there.
Highly suggest that.
Yeah. Spa days. They're always wonderful. Get your nails done, your hair done, whatever. Again, just Google good salons in the area and go try it out.
Right.
I have going to the pool, relaxing,
Sure.
laying by yourself even, and just like not even thinking about anything except for the water.
Sure.
You know?
Right. Which we see lots of those pictures too. I mean, that
Yeah.
seems to be a very easy, popular choice.
Especially when it's super hot out, you just
Right.
want to like relax and go swimming, get some color.
Yep.
And then sleep, of course.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Catching up on sleep, taking naps. And then if you have a kitchen, like a full kitchen, wherever you're staying, maybe an apartment or whatnot, cook. Yeah, meal plan and cook and try recipes that you've been wanting to try but don't have the time for it. You know, just go grab the stuff and cook a bunch of food, and then you have it for
When
leftovers.
those pressure cookers came out, that was a very hot subject on Facebook for nurses.
Yes.
Those, what are they called?
The Instapots.
Yeah.
Instapots.
Yes. Yeah.
I loved them.
Yeah.
I still haven't used one.
So we have one, we just haven't used it yet. So I don't know. Maybe once it gets colder, I don't know. Maybe once
Yeah.
the weather changes or something.
10-minute chili or something like that.
Right, something like that. Something easy like that.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that's absolutely true. And plus, that's a way to endear yourself to your coworkers. Maybe if you have a hard time, you know, if you're having a hard time at that facility, right? Making food, pretty much everybody will eat, right? If you bring it in, or if you host some sort of little gathering, something like that,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe going to the zoo. We have a great zoo here in Omaha.
Right.
If you are traveling through here or have an assignment here. I'll be honest, I haven't gone to any other zoo in the United States,
don't have
but
to.
I think there's other ones. So
You don't have to.
You really don't have
Yep.
to.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, every other zoo in the country.
Yes.
Our zoo's pretty awesome. Yeah.
I know my list is like kind of lengthy here.
You know what? And your list looks just like mine. Like I'll run down mine real quick. Exercise, of course, was not that I do that or anything, but that's yes.
Yeah.
This is the tough one for me. Reduce caffeine intake. I know, right? That's dumb. that's like later on down the list. I have stop drinking beer. Well, that's dumb. I'm not gonna. Yeah, but. If everything you read says, you know, alcohol consumption and caffeine consumption are lists, you know,
It's getting better for you. All the time.
Right.
It's getting
Yes.
better for you.
Yeah. Meditate, yoga, journaling, I think was
Yeah.
one. I like to write anyway. I don't journal, but I think that if I were more secluded, I think maybe I would do that. So I do something right now that I think is a lot of fun that only a few people know about. I watched a TED Talk a while back. This was actually back in February. A guy found out that his father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Sounds like what his grandfather had when his grandfather passed away. More than likely hereditary. He is probably going to get Alzheimer's too. So for his kids and for his family, he records 1 second of every day. So it's like journaling, but he picks the 1 second of the day that either he wants to remember or he would like his family to see from every day. And he's been doing it for 3-ish years now. And so as he talked, the 1 second from every day was running in the background. Fascinating. So
That's amazing.
since February, I've been recording 1 second of every day, and I've been putting it together. So it's really cool. It's like journaling, but in a very compact form.
I love that idea. I just lost a grandma to Alzheimer's, so that hits home for me.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, just think about the cool things that you do every day. Like maybe for a nurse, the first time you pull up to the hospital for that first contract, right? And then the next that next contract, and you've got that exact same shot, that 1 second of you pulling in to the hospital or whatever, or the
That
leaving
punch
the
out,
last day,
that punch out,
the last punch out. Remember, how that was, and after a year, you've got 365 seconds of
It's awesome.
of the year or whatever. So similar to journaling, I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
so.
that's That's awesome.
Interesting.
I like that.
Yeah.
One other thing before cats and dogs, a lot of our travelers travel with pets. And
Yep.
that's therapy.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
time.
Well, and that was my last one. I had a couple others. Get a dog or a pet or a cat or volunteer at
An
a
animal
shelter of some sort. Yes. I know Humane Society here in Omaha, you can go and just walk dogs. Like you just go walk their dogs. Like they
or
will
go
take.
pet the cats or
Yeah.
whatever you're into.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you don't even necessarily have to own a pet. You could just go and pretend like you own one for an hour. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Learn to say no. I am horrible at. Learn to say no. I think there's a time and a place for that. I say yes to a lot of stuff, and there's a time and a place to say yep, that's enough, right? And laugh more. I think that's it would stink to have a day without laughter.
Absolutely.
So
I thought too, we have our Atlas Adventure for our new nurses that are just coming on for their first contract, and so always keep that in the back of your mind too. Like, man, I'd love to take a helicopter ride. I don't know, maybe you're in Colorado or something. That'd be beautiful. Take a helicopter ride in Colorado,
Yeah.
and that's a great way to de-stress too.
Absolutely.
Just talk to your recruiter and get something.
Figure
all
something
figured
out like that, yeah.
Yeah.
or especially if it's one of those things like I would never ever have done this otherwise, right?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Never have done this otherwise.
Which is why a lot of our nurses go to different locations.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
which is why I did the page that I built.
That's a great segue into Trail Boss RN, right?
Yeah, it's called Trail Boss RN, and I originally it started with a lot of the nurses that are out there they drive Jeeps, so they have their own little clubs, and I just thought it would be cool to have a safe page where people that travel for a reason, maybe they go to Colorado specifically because they've never been to the Rocky Mountains. That's why that's on their bucket list to travel there. And a lot of fun also running the group is when nurses will say, I'm traveling to this location, what kind of fun stuff is there? Like I've got a nurse that's going to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and September is the big balloon festival out in Albuquerque. So that's some of the stuff that I'll post on the group so that nurses get ideas of things to do while they're out on the road, fun things to de-stress. And
100% not recruiting.
Right, no recruiting, not posting any jobs. It's just basically a safe place for nurses, travelers, it's only for nurses. Come on, post their adventures while they're out on the road and talk about it, and maybe meet some new people to travel with and meet up with, and that's kind of the whole point of it for sure.
And you started that group not too long ago. You're almost at 100 members already. Like I think it's there's a niche out there for that, and there's definitely, and even if you don't own a Jeep but you like to hike or whatever. Like I'm in the group. I don't own a Jeep. I love to hike though. Like
backpacking,
yes,
mountain biking, everything. Even for the RVers, the people that travel across the country and they just like to camp and live out of their RV. I mean, there's something on it for everybody, and it's been great.
There are avenues to find what you're looking for, right?
Absolutely.
To find that way to de-stress, whether it's through your group or through one of these suggestions, joining the gym, whatever it is, or journaling, recording 1 second of your day, whatever that is. It's there. It's out there. You're not alone. Go find it.
Call your recruiter.
Right.
Yes.
Help you out immensely.
Yep.
With different things that are in
Recruiter
areas.
can reach out to other recruiters and be like, hey, have you ever had somebody in Omaha, Nebraska on
Right.
assignment?
Fun things to do.
Yeah, what
Yep.
did that nurse find to do? So
Do you have-
communication is key with your recruiter.
Do we have any nurses in that location as well? So
Yeah.
if you're in a
Right.
location and you're bored and maybe you're finding it hard to meet new people, reach out to your recruiter and say, hey, are there any other travelers in the area that I can meet up with that maybe they work for Atlas or maybe they don't, but
Absolutely.
Right.
that can be helpful as well.
That's happened a few times actually, where we have had nurses in the same hospital, completely unrelated units that would never have probably talk to each other otherwise.
Period.
Right, connected that way, and then have now are going on assignment together, or try to get them close so they can still go and interact with each other and go do some of some fun stuff. So. Yeah. All right, Ashley, Jamie, thank you so much. I really appreciate you filling in for Adam. Maybe we'll replace Adam one of these days. Who knows? So I don't know. Oh, Facebook, I totally forgot. Dolan, come here. Come over here. So I said that someday we'll get them on the other side of the camera. This is one of our two. This is Dolan. Dolan mans the main camera here. Reminded me that we did not have our Facebook post of the day. So, and I sent you a Facebook post of the day, didn't I? No Facebook post of the day this week. So clearly it's not going to work out for me here. And next week we'll have a different, maybe Adam will be hosting next week with one of these two. So this was my last podcast with Atlas.
I'm sorry to see you go.
It's rough.
Yeah.
So I just updated my resume.
Maybe Karen will make you a goodbye cake.
Maybe she will make me a goodbye cake.
Gosh,
That
that cake was fantastic.
That would be
Yeah.
worth it right there. So
Food.
All right.
That was de-stressing.
Yeah, food.
it's one of the de-stresses. There we go. All right. Someone will see you next week.